Hello, this is Colin Liddell, and this is the Shortpod, a brief and succinct podcast commenting on the issues and the events of the day. And today it is the 10th of December, 2019. Now, please watch this.
Get all of this done and move on.
Vote Conservative on Thursday. Get
I'm sick of
Brexit
this.
done.
What?
All they're arguing, they just need to get it done.
Stop the chaos.
I'll get it.
Vote for
Oh, hi.
Who is it?
It's carol singers.
Give him a quid and tell him to bugger off.
Enough. Let's get this done.
Well, I think the Conservative Party is going for a Christmas commercial aesthetic here, with carol singers and this rather Dickensian Boris Johnson character shuffling through the streets of London, going about his business, muttering to himself, enough, enough. We see there the Johnsonian self-deprecation at work there. This is one of the reasons why he resonates quite well with voters. He kind of takes the mickey out of himself quite a lot. So it saves the British public the effort. Lazy sods. Now, a lot of people on the dissident right, what they're going to see is the interracial aspect. In fact, that's probably going to dominate their perception of this commercial. But it's actually quite an intriguing commercial, because once you get over the initial shock of the obvious racial cucking of a black man with a white woman, there's something else going on which really needs to be commented on, which is that Boris Johnson is communicating secretly with the woman. So there's a bit of a reverse cuck going on. So even though she is part of this new interracial Britain, Boris Johnson is communicating solely with her. He tells her to deceive her husband by saying it's just carol singers. Now, apparently her husband, who's a black man, is not particularly interested in carol singers. So that also brings a kind of Christian, non-Christian dichotomy into the equation. So you have a kind of black-white thing going on, and you have a Christian, non-Christian thing going on. So you have the Prime Minister of Britain communicating silently and secretly with the white Christian part of the nation, effectively. Meanwhile, the non-white, non-Christian part of the nation sits on its arse and watches television. So literally, this is an example of political dog whistling. So it's not so important what he's saying, which is basically just don't vote for Corbyn and, let's get Brexit done. That's not very important. That's a very banal message. The more important point is who he is saying the message to. So that is the real message of this Conservative Party broadcast. It's the audience that they aim at. They're saying, okay, there's certain people who are never going to vote for us. They're going to vote for some other idiot, Corbyn probably, or whatever. But you white Christian people who want Brexit, you should vote for us and keep it to yourself. So from looking like a very kind of cucky, interracial Britain, everybody's welcome here kind of Conservative Party broadcast, there's also a more nationalistic undertone. Now, I'm not sure if that's accidental or whether that's on purpose. Because once Britain is out of the Brexit woods, so to speak, politics is going to change. Parties like UKIP and the Brexit Party, which have come into existence focused on the issue of getting Britain out of the European Union, those parties will completely lose their reason for existing. Now, normally you should say raison d'etre, but, we're leaving the EU, so I think we should try to get away from these superfluous French phrases. But, Brexit Party, the UKIP Party, there's a real possibility that both of those parties will just evaporate into dust. And so we'll be entering into a post-Brexit landscape. That's going to be a completely different kind of world politically. The big question is, will the traditional Conservative versus Labour two-party system manage to reassert itself? Will we go back to that kind of sterile centre-left, centre-right politics? Or will something else happen? Will something else crop up? Now, thanks to the old sterile two-party system, Britain has kind of slid into becoming a very fucked up multicultural state like many other countries in the West. And hopefully we'll see a new politics rising up to reflect those divisions and tensions. Just like in the 1920s, we saw a political system emerge that reflected the kind of social and class divisions of the period. Well, that's all I have to say for now. So from me, over and out.